We're going to talk a little bit about simple interest today. How to calculate simple interest, how to calculate one of the missing pieces from the simple interest equation, and how to manipulate the equation itself. When we're talking about simple interest, there are two different situations we can be looking at. The first situation could be earning money in a savings account, where the simple interest is calculated off of the initial balance or the initial deposit that you put into the account. The other situation is simple interest can be the interest that you have to, or that is accruing off of a loan. So accruing off of the amount of money that you're borrowing. Our equation to find simple interest is I equals PRT. Interest amount in money is equal to the principal payment times the interest rate as a percentage times time. And we'll go into each of these components next. Like I said, the I stands for interest. This is the amount in money. How much money you're going to earn off of your deposit amount, off of your principal. Or if we're talking about a loan, how much money you have to pay back in addition to the principal amount of money that you borrowed. P is for principal. This is the amount of money you're starting out with, the amount of money for your initial deposit into the account, or the amount of money that you're borrowing at the beginning of your loan. R stands for the interest rate as a percentage. In our equation, however, we're going to convert that either into a decimal or to a fraction. T stands for time. How long is your investment? How long are you going to take to pay off your loan? Time. So the time variable is either going to be a whole number when we're talking about years, or it's going to be a decimal or fraction when we're talking about months. It could be a mixed number. So if we're talking about 18 months, that would be 1.5 or 1.5 because 18 months is 1 year and 6 months. Once you have those components, you're going to plug the numbers into your equation and solve for the missing piece. You can take the equation and you can manipulate it so that you're solving for any variable. Of course, you can manipulate it once you plug all the numbers in, or you can manipulate it before you plug anything into the equation. So if I am looking to solve for principal, I have to look to get that variable all by itself on one side of the equal sign. Since this relationship, since I'm multiplying principal times interest rate times time, I have to undo that relationship by dividing. And when I divide the whole equation by that variable. So if I divide by the interest rate, if I divide by the time, it moves those variables to the other side of the equation. And I'm left with the principal equaling the interest amount divided by the product of rate and time. I can also solve for the interest rate, that percentage. Again, the left side of the equation is all about the interest as a dollar value. The right side, I'm multiplying the three variables. So to undo multiplication and to get my variable R, my interest rate all by itself, I divide the equation by the principal. I divide the equation by the time. And I'm left with the interest rate being equal to the interest amount divided by the product of principal and time. The last way I can manipulate my equation is to solve for time. To get time by itself, I have to divide the equation by both the principal and the interest rate amount. And when I do that, I'm solving for time. Again, time is going to be represented, whole number represents years, decimal represents months. So time is equal to the interest amount divided by product of the principal and the interest rate. So that explains a little bit about the equation, about simple interest. It talks about what each of the variables stand for and how to manipulate the equation to solve for what you're looking for.